Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I know I have been away for a while, and I'm super excited to come back and to connect with you guys and to connect with the collective again. Today, we have a beautiful pick a card reading, and we are looking at messages from our spirit guides, messages from spirit. I'm very, very excited to do this reading. There is kind of an overall energy to this reading, which is why all three of these piles have selenite on them. They're all in different shapes, but they are all selenite, and that's bringing in this kind of collective energy of the crown chakra and the connection to spirit, to universe, to your guides that we have. So that's really being highlighted, as well as this energy of clarity, clearing away any confusion. So I do also want to say, if you have any questions that have been on your mind or anything that you're just seeking clarity in specifically, definitely feel free to bring that question or that kind of idea into this reading with you as well. But here we have pile number 1 with the moon selenite. We have pile number 2 with the selenite tower. And then we have pile number 3 here with the selenite heart. So go ahead, take your time, really feel out which pile is calling to you the most. And I will have the timestamps to the beginning of each reading in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using for anybody who may be curious about that. So yeah, go ahead, pause the video if you need a moment to meditate, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to group number 1. Hello, my beautiful group number 1, those of you that chose card number 1 with the moon here. This reading's for you, and we are looking at messages from your guides. So group number 1, starting off with the moon, a big message that I am tuning into here is this idea of clearing some kind of cycle. So for some of you guys, this could be kind of an ending of a karmic cycle that you've been going through. You may be changing your routine or habits during your everyday life as well. That is something that's coming through here for group number 1. I also really am picking up on the idea of the feminine energy with the moon. And this idea that maybe you're going to be more open or more receptive to kind of being in that softer energy. So this kind of karmic clearing could be a healing of some wounded masculine energy that you've been in as well, group number 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna take a look at your first card here, and then we'll shuffle the tarot cards out as we go. So group number 1, what do your spirit guides want you to know? We have the bee with community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. So there is definitely a major energy of receptivity, needing to be open to receive, potentially in ways that you don't expect to. Being open to receive help from those around you, allowing yourself to be a part of a community or of a family, and allowing yourself to kind of be supported instead of having to do everything yourself. This may be a whole new world for you, group number 1, really learning how to let go, learning how to kind of heal that overly independent survival type energy here, and allowing yourself to rely on others or to be supported by others is a very big message here, group number 1. I love that. But there's definitely a community or a group of people, family, friends, whatever it might be for you, that are there to help support you group number one, okay? And be open to receive not only that help and that love, but also this sense of abundance coming in. So you may have been working on something, and again, this kind of idea of something closing. You may have been working on a project, or maybe even trying to sell a home, or some kind of bigger idea that took a longer amount of time, and it's like it's finally coming to a close, and the rewards of that work is going to be coming in for you, group number one, okay? So let's go ahead and get into your tarot and go a little deeper into this message that your spirit guides want you to have right now, group number one. We have the Four of Spells, the Eight of Boons in reverse, and the Three of Boons. Wow. So with the Four of Spells here, this is major celebratory energy. This is celebrating a marriage, or celebrating a graduation, or really just celebrating and being with like that very foundational group of people or community. Very, very significant here, group number one. There's a very significant energy of really maybe finding like your soul tribe type energy coming through here. Wow. Then we have the Eight of Boons in reverse, and this is really telling me that you don't have to do everything yourself, group number one. You don't have to do everything by yourself. You don't have to carry the weight of the world. You don't have to work so hard. There's something here that's very, very loud about you don't have to work so hard. You don't have to be the sole provider for something. So obviously with this being a general reading, this is going to come through a little bit differently for everybody, but there's something here about not having to be the sole provider, not having to carry the weight or the responsibility of everything for your family, for your community on your shoulders. So there's this kind of like hyper independent energy here that's calling to be healed for group number one. So you may find that coming to the surface a lot over these next few weeks after you leave this reading. Where are you refusing help? Where are you being like, well, I'll just do it myself, or nobody else is going to do it type energy? There's a need to really kind of recognize that. We also have the Three of Boons, which also talks about collaboration. It talks about working together. It talks about bringing skills together. It talks about kind of bringing together this idea that others have things to offer that can add to what you're already currently capable of. So this is a very huge message for group number one, to allow other people to input their skills, their ideas, their opinions, their help, their time, their effort. Interesting. So very, very loud and clear message here for group number one. Allow yourself to be open to receiving help and support and guidance and love, but also abundance and success and celebration from something that you've been working on. I do feel like an expansion in some sort of project or idea that you've been working on here, group number one, okay? But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful souls that chose this pile. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel, and comment down below and let me know if you chose pile number one. Maybe leave a little bee emoji down there or a flower. I thank you guys so very much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number two. Those of you that chose card number two here with the Selenite Tower, this reading is for you. And we are looking at messages from spirit, messages from your guides. What messages do you need to hear right now, group number 1? So starting off with your selenite tower here, there is a very strong energy of like almost like the tower card coming in with that selenite. The idea of like a sudden shift or change, specifically in the crown chakra. So this could be a sudden activation, sudden realizations or enlightenment, as well as like this idea of a sudden shift in belief systems. So there may be some sort of like rapid manifestation coming in for you, group number 2, that really solidifies some sort of belief system or some sort of process for manifestation. Interesting. Okay, group number 2, let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at your first card here to get the overall energy of the message that Spirit wants to bring to you today, and then we'll shuffle out the tarot as we go. So group number 2, we have the polar bear with Mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Wow, group number 2, that is so incredibly powerful. I was definitely picking up on this kind of this power and this tower energy, like this adversity that maybe you're facing currently, group number 2. Know that all challenges make you stronger. So there's definitely a strong energy of needing to kind of keep the faith here for you, group number 2. Don't give up. As well as like these psychic abilities or this ability, this enlightenment, this... You have very, very strong ability to manifest. Okay, group number 2, whether you know it yet or not, it is there. Let's go ahead and get into our tarot, group number 2, and go a little deeper into what your spirit guides want you to know right now. What do you need to know? What do you need to see? Group number 2, please. We have the 5 of challenges coming out in reverse. The child of challenges. Wow, and starlight. Okay. So group number 2, there is a very strong energy here, a very strong message about needing to reestablish your faith or kind of understand maybe where you lost hope at. There's definitely some sort of message here about losing hope and not allowing yourself to kind of fall into that or to get stuck in this idea that it's a lost cause or that there is no hope. Because what I'm really hearing here is that isn't true, group number 2, okay? We have the 5 of challenges in reverse, and this is telling me here that a lot of the adversity, a lot of the challenges, a lot of the conflict that you've been experiencing is ending. Like it's coming to close at this time, group number 2. There's something here. It's like not even about, I know a lot of the times people say things like be the bigger person or just walk away. It's not even about being the bigger person. It's about protecting your peace right now, group number 2. There's a big message here to not allow yourself to get trapped in the darkness or in this kind of loss of hope. So maybe you're grieving, group number 2. Maybe you're grieving. There's a huge message here to not allow yourself to get trapped in this needless drama or this conflict energy. Maybe there's arguing happening between family members for some of you guys that I'm picking up on. And there's this real need to just kind of separate yourself from that, to step away, to create distance between you and whatever that is. and to really focus on protecting your peace. Because whatever is going on right now, group number 2, whatever is taking your peace, whatever is disturbing your peace is really blocking your crown chakra. With the child of challenges here, this is like this need to really focus on getting your mind right, to really focus on maybe even mental health and healing the mind and the thought patterns, and really not allowing yourself to spiral into like this darker mindset. That's very important for you, group number 2. Very important for you right now. With Starlight in reverse, this is saying don't lose hope. Don't allow yourself to lose hope. Don't allow yourself to lose your peace. Don't allow yourself to give up right now, because there is a lot of magic coming, but you have to keep going in order to achieve that magic. So there's really a strong emphasis here on really keeping faith and hope and moving forward and focusing on healing especially the mental body for you, group number 2. Separate yourself from anything that disturbs your peace and really focus on keeping your mindset positive and productive for you in your life. Don't allow other people's opinions or other people's ideas or other people's harsh negative words to live rent-free in your mind. There's a need to really evaluate that and where others are kind of living in your mind and playing on repeat, maybe causing you to believe things about yourself that just aren't true. You are good enough, group number 2. You are very powerful. So don't allow anything to kind of take you out at your knees when you're already so low. I do feel like for a lot of my souls that chose this pile, you're grieving for some reason or another, or you've been in a very low place. And so there's a big message here from your spirit guides to just don't let this keep you down and really protect your peace. Okay, group number 2. But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful souls that chose this pile. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose pile number 2. Leave a little bear or star emoji or a feather emoji down in the comments to let me know that this was your reading. And consider subscribing if you feel called to do so. I thank you so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 3. Those of you that chose card number 3 here with the selenite heart, this reading is for you, and we are looking at messages from your guides, messages from spirit. What do you need to know right now? What are your guides trying to tell you? So group number 3, starting off with the selenite heart, there is a very strong energy of maybe relationships here, but also like a clearing of some sort of emotional situation or emotional baggage, emotional trauma, maybe even heartbreak. There's like a clearing of the emotional body coming in here for group number 3, okay? Which is beautiful. You may be purging right now though, so that may be something you're experiencing. You may find yourself being very emotional, kind of on this roller coaster energy, crying for what seems like no reason. There's a lot of almost detoxing of the emotional body right now for group number 3. And that's going to look different for everybody, okay? So let's go ahead, group number 3, and we're going to take a look here at your card to get the overall message or theme of the message that your guides want to give to you today, and then we'll shuffle the tarot out as we go, okay? So group number 3, what do your guides want you to know? We have the owl with magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Wow. Group number 3. There is a strong, strong message here of letting go of the past, of healing from past deception or betrayal. So especially with this heart energy here, group number 3, you may have been in a very painful relationship. It could have been romantic, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, where maybe you were cheated on, maybe you were lied to, whether this was romantic or, maybe it was like a friend or somebody that you thought you could trust that ended up kind of betraying you. There is a healing of this happening. And I also see for group number 3 with this healing, it's making room for new connections, new relationships, okay? So let's go ahead. And I'm having a hard time right now. Group number 3, I'm having a hard time getting comfortable in a way where like I can't sit still. And I feel like this might be your current energy coming through here because this isn't very typical of me. I feel like maybe you've been very restless, or it may even really make you very uncomfortable to think about either leaving something behind or starting something new. There's a lot of energy that's trying to be dispersed, that's trying to be expelled. So I feel like group number 3, it may be very beneficial for you to incorporate some sort of movement into your everyday life, whether it be yoga or dancing or running or just stretching, something to kind of allow energy to move through your body, because there's this very restless energy coming through here, okay? Let's go ahead and get into your tarot. Group number 3. Very restless energy. Group number 3, you guys may be healing, some of you may be healing from a very toxic situation, whether it be a relationship, whether it be an environment that you were in. But there's just something here about having a lot of almost having to like retrain yourself to not react in the way that you would have in the past. What I'm really picking up on here is like this idea of falling into survival, or this anxious, kind of overwhelmed energy of worrying about whether or not something was good enough, or whether you were good enough, or whether you got enough done. Kind of this stereotypical, regardless of gender or roles or whatever, just apply it how it resonates within your life. But this kind of idea of panicking before your partner comes home from work or from wherever they were at, and feeling like you didn't get enough done, or you didn't do enough, or like there's just this essence of living in a situation where you felt trapped, and now that situation is over, or is going to be over, but after that you're going to have to learn how to live freely again, instead of keeping yourself trapped out of these past patterns and habits. That's something that's coming through here very strongly. And that may be kind of where that restless energy comes from too. Group number 3 is like this living in this kind of energy of feeling very trapped all the time. Let's pull some tarot. Group number 3. We have the 10 of Spells. We have the Green Mother. And we have Starlight coming out in reverse. Wow. Okay, group number 3, we have starting off with the 10 of spells, and this is telling me here that this has been an uphill battle. Okay, this has been a lot of work. This has been very heavy. You definitely are going through this period of detoxing, but during this period, you're going to have to like really relearn who you are and who you want to be. Because I feel like for a lot of my group number 3s here, whatever it is that your guides are wanting to talk to you about, it has to do with you living your life in a way where you kind of conformed or turned yourself into a version of you that was acceptable to somebody else. And now there's a need to undo that. We also have the Green Mother in reverse here, and this is telling me, group number 3, that a lot of this work is going to really reside in or be directly connected to your self-worth and being worthy of being supported, of being cared for, of being loved, being worthy of reciprocation, instead of always being in this constant state of having to earn your keep or having to prove yourself or having to make sure that you're good enough for somebody else to want you. We also have Starlight coming out in reverse. So this is telling me here, group number 3, that a lot of this is very connected to like your belief system. So a lot of you guys, I feel like this may be how relationships have played out for you, whether they be friendships or romantic, but I feel like this is more rooted in your childhood and from your past. Maybe the way you watched your parents together as a child or other significant people in your childhood growing up. Or maybe this is how you were treated. Maybe you were treated in a way where you were to be seen and not heard, or you were told you had to earn your way through your childhood. However this resonates for you. With Starlight in reverse here, this is really telling me that this is a very subconscious belief system about yourself that causes you to get into relationships where you constantly have to prove yourself or earn your place. And your spirit guides are coming through here very strongly, saying it is time to clear that. It's time to heal. It's time to reclaim your birthright and open to your magic and become so much more than what you ever thought you were able to do. Group number 3, okay? I absolutely love that for you, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel, and comment down below and leave me a heart or an owl or a couple of stars to let me know that this was your reading, and consider subscribing if you feel called to do so. I thank you guys so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.